So it is 4 tips to raise your vibration again. And we're going to talk about this really quick, as quick as I can, because I know I could be a little bit long-winded sometimes. So I'm going to talk about this. And if you want to see the recording of this, you can just go to my Patreon and join for $2 a month. And you can catch the replay of this if you want to take some notes. But first, let me let my dog out because he tripping. You got to go. 4 tips to raise your vibration again. And I'm going to be reading from this on my phone. But the reason why I wanted to go live is because I was reading it and it reminded me of a lot of the things that I have been doing to help me this year, reflecting on the past year, thinking about trying to show gratitude for all the good things that happened in the year. So as I was reading this, it made me think of a lot of things that helped me through the year. So I'm going to go through these 4 tips, and I hope that it helps you as well. So 4 tips to raise your vibration. 1, stop listening to sad music. Your music has a big impact on your vibration. It is comforting because it resonates with the frequency you are currently in. However, it also holds you in this vibration. If you are feeling depressed and you listen to depressing music, this just aids the old frequency rather than helping you shift out of it. Okay, so like just that one right there is enough. And I'm sure that we all can relate. Not all, I'm sure maybe somebody is just on point all the time. But me, myself, this is something I have to remind myself often, is to make sure that I'm playing the right type of music for myself, for my vibration. Because y'all, just playing the radio or just listening to the song, sometimes the beat sounds good and you listen to them, what the lyrics are, and you're like, oh no. So this year I have definitely been working on making sure I'm staying consistent and listening to high vibration music, happy music, not no sad, negative, low vibrational music. So for me, I've been listening to a lot of like lo-fi instrumental music, and I've been listening to a lot of affirmation spiritual music. Like I've been listening to artists like Londrell, Lizzie Jeff. I've been listening to a lot of Tony Jones. Like I've been listening to a lot of that. Hey, Naturally Royal. Hey, Elena. So that one right there is, we're talking about 4 tips that you can do to raise your vibration. And again, so the first tip we're talking about is stop listening to sad music. Okay. So I've been listening to a lot of affirmation music, and it brings me back to when I was a kid, because see, when I was a kid, right, it was a certain time, an age that I got, then my mom switched the type of music that she listened to. We stopped listening to like, I don't know, like we was R&B, hip hop, just regular music that we would listen to. And then all of a sudden we were only listening to gospel music. Like that's it. And then every now and then she'll put on like some old school R&B. And that's it. And y'all, I was so upset because as a kid, like I liked my music. So I didn't understand. And I really didn't get it for a minute till I was older, way older. I'm 39 now. So what is going on with my necklace? Y'all just seen it. So that was the one thing that I remember her doing. And she always listening to gospel music. So now that I'm 39, right? Now that I'm freaking 39, I get it. And so I'm not always listening to gospel music. Gospel music like makes me cry. It makes me sad sometimes. So I have to listen to the right gospel music or inspirational music. So it depends. Thank you so much, girl. So it's got to be like, okay, so what, it's not gospel for me. It's not, I still listen to it, but it's now affirmation music. So the key for me is to make sure that I'm playing it all the time. Like I put it on in the morning, then when I get in the car, I just put on something else, right? I just put on what I was playing but I noticed that if I'm listening to it all the time, all throughout the day, my vibration is raised all the time. And so I think that is so important. And so I'm going to read what it said again, just in case you guys missed. So we're talking about the 4 tips to raise your vibration. And the first one said to stop listening to sad music. Your music has a big impact on your vibration. It is comforting because it resonates with the frequency you are currently in. However, it also holds you in this vibration. If you are feeling depressed and you listen to depressing music, this just aids the old frequency rather than helping you shift out of it. So being able to listen to the music, my positive music all day, helps me stay in that vibration, in that good high vibration. And so I'm still struggling with that. Like probably when I get in the car today, I'm going to put on my Apple Music playlist and just let it play whatever. But I really want to get like my mom and just be listening to it all the time and see how that really shifted and changed. Okay, so stop listening to sad music, period. Find some good happy music that makes you feel good, that's saying good things, making you feel positive, and play that often. Like don't let off of it. Okay, so number 2, you have to break old habits that reaffirm your old state. For example, if you are vibrating at self-hatred, how can you start acting as someone who loves themselves? Even if it feels stupid because you don't currently feel that way, it will start breaking the pattern. So you have to reaffirm that you got to affirm yourself. So what I got out of this one, right, is to use I am affirmation. So that is something, like I got a reading years ago, and the guy who did my reading told me that the I am affirmations is for me. It's the ones I need to focus on. It's the ones I need to use, teach people, everything. He was like the I am affirmation. So I've really been in the I am affirmations. But this week, y'all, I've been listening to Queen Poe. Like I've been really listening to all her videos. And one of the things that resonated so far with me the most this week is when she said about the I am affirmations. And she was saying that when you do speak the I am affirmation, do your I am affirmation in the morning, whatever one you want to do. If it's I am prosperous, I am a money magnet, I am protected. Then as you walk through your day, what can you do and what actions are you taking to embody that affirmation? So if I am prosperous, what am I doing throughout the day to solidify that I am prosperous? What am I saying? What am I doing? How am I moving? So if I'm protected, like what am I doing throughout the day? If I'm protected, what am I doing throughout the day to be that, to embody being protected? So like that one resonated with me this week. So like that's what I've been doing this week. And I've been like, okay, I think my affirmation is I am peace and calm. I am peace and calm. It's on my mirror in there. I am peace and calm. So because y'all, certain things I let get me out of my square sometimes. And I hate that. I hate it. For example, y'all, Saturday I was leaving Kroger. And I mean, it was traffic coming. And the lady behind me kept blowing the horn at me to go. I wasn't moving fast enough for her. And she kept blowing horn. And y'all, when I tell you she pissed me off so bad, it like took a toll on the rest of my day because I was so upset about that. And then after that, I got upset for making myself be upset. So I went from being upset because she took me out of my square. Then I went to beating myself up later for making her for getting out of my square, if that makes sense. So the what I'm doing now is the I am peace and calm is I need to remember that. So when somebody does that, I have to remember my affirmation. And is this peace and calm? Is this peace and calm? So even if somebody does something to trigger me, I still have to remain in that and embody that affirmation. So that one right there has been a game changer for me this week. I'm telling y'all. So you have to break old habits that reaffirm your old state. For example, if you are vibrating at self-hatred, how can you start acting as someone who loves themselves? So I think another key is asking yourself questions like that. Is asking why a lot, and getting down to the bottom is asking yourself why, which is part of shadow work, which is a whole nother thing. So third is We did 2. We're doing the 4 tips to raise your vibration. We did the first 2, and the third one is you have to learn to observe the emotions or states such as fear, guilt, shame, anger, rather than identifying with them and letting them define you. The fear may be there, but do you have to let it take over? You can notice it, but you don't have to let it control you. The same with anger. You can observe it, feel it without letting it control you and reacting externally. Let them be and accept them. So that's another really good one is your emotions and learning when you feel some type of way and acknowledging that it's there and letting it go versus like letting it consume you. Like, okay, I'm really mad right now. I'm going to acknowledge that I'm mad, and then I'm going to just let that go, and I'm not going to let that consume me for the rest of the day. I think that takes some practice, but same with sad, like all the emotions is something you can do is learn to identify what it is, and it's something different for everybody. They embody their emotions differently. Some people when they get angry, they cry. And some people, when they get angry, they want to hit stuff. So figure out what the emotion is for you and learn how to acknowledge what it is and take it for what it is and let it go, and versus letting it control and consume you. So that's a really good practice. That's the 4th tip to raise your vibration. And if you want to get if you want to see the replay of this, you can find it on my Patreon. I think the link is in the bio, but if you want the link, you can just comment link and I can send you a link. You can do a free trial. It's like $2 a month, or you can get the tiers where you get your jewelry and your girl talk and consultations as well. But that one is the third one. We talked about stop listening to sad music, breaking from old habits using I am affirmations, and learning to observe your affirmations and letting them go. The 4th one is to stop living in the past and future. Remember, all you have is this moment. Most of your suffering is from the mind. Living outside of the now is what is keeping you in the low vibration happening right now. Is there really a problem in front of you? Looking at the present moment helps you reconnect at your peace. Fear ceases to exist in the now. Y'all, so this one has also been a game changer for me, because this one right here, I think will sit with me the most, because I'm constantly thinking about, the past or the future. Like I'm always worrying and I'm always trying to get myself grounded. And so I don't do that. And so what I've learned this week is practicing mindfulness all the time. And I didn't learn this week. It's just been a reminder this week to practice mindfulness. So what I learned is that when you find yourself in a state of overthinking, thinking about some things that happened in the past, thinking about things that you need to do in the future, or that, that need to get done. When you do that, I like to practice mindful practices. So one of the things that I learned, and I learned this back as a preschool teacher, is to think about your senses. Is think about 3 things you can see, 3 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear. So go right into the 3 things. And that right there brings you right into the present moment. 3 things you can see. So right now, 3 things I can see is bees, a lighter, my coffee. And soon as I'm thinking about these things, I'm out of that past moment, I'm out of that future moment, and I'm tapping into right now. So this is a practice that you can do all the time, is to, even when you're driving or when you're, anytime you're overthinking, get yourself in the present moment quickly. Another thing you can do besides the 3 things is, I can't explain it that good, but it's like, just find one, like you see I'm touching my fingers, like go into, like, I cannot explain this one, y'all. I'm so sorry, but it's like finding something that you're doing right now in the present moment and focusing on that. Like when you meditate, they tell you to focus on your breath. So you're only focusing on going in, out, and you're just constantly doing that and you're focusing on that. So if you can't focus on the breath, you can find another thing that you're doing right now in the present moment to focus on. And one could be like tapping your fingers. You could be breathing. So that's another thing to get you out of your head and get you into the present moment. Okay, and that is the fourth one. 4 tips to raise your vibration again. Stop listening to sad music. Use I am affirmations. Learn about your emotions and let them go, and stop living in the present moment and be mindful. And like those things have really, really, really changed the game for me, even just recently. And the thing about it is that I've learned these things over time, but I have to keep reiterating and reminding myself that I have these tools available, and these tools can be available to you. There's something that's not tangible that you can use, or something tangible means that something that you can touch. So this is something you don't have to touch, you don't have to buy. You can use this. These are tools you can use to get you through your day, to get you through your anxiety, to help raise your vibration so you can flow and be in balance. And that's the key, is balance. Balance is key. Hence Beaded and Balanced jewelry, y'all. Okay, so that's it, y'all. 4 tips to raise your vibration. I'm going to probably go into more of this on my Patreon, where we can talk about the mindful tips, and we can talk about things and rituals you can do to help with your emotions, things you can do, those I am affirmations, which is so important to use. And that's the one you could use right now. The I am affirmation, pick one and go and embody that affirmation all throughout the day, all throughout the week. Okay. And stop listening to sad music. Stop listening to low vibrational music. Find some positive music that makes you feel good. Make a playlist and keep that in rotation. Okay. So peace, love, and balance. I'll see you guys over at my Patreon. I'm going to download this and put it over there, and then I may clip out some here so you guys can get some tips on my TikTok as well. But I love y'all so much. It's almost time for me to take my kids to school, and peace, love, and balance, y'all. Bye. Hey guys, so let's go over to my Patreon and dive a little bit deeper into this topic, where we can talk more ways about how to stay mindful, how to use those I am affirmations. I'll give you my positive music playlist, and I also will give you a self-confidence journal. It's a PDF download with 20 plus pages that you can use to help boost your self-confidence. So head on over there. The link is in the description of this video, and let's do it, guys. Peace, love, and balance.